like basically I am also from Mumbai, so introducing him is a very pleasure for me. So he's a MD FRCP, particularly he did his FRCP from London. He's a honorary secretary of and scientific section of Diabetic Association of India from 1984. He's actually professor of diabetology, and he's attached with Raheja Hospital for almost 13 years. So he has almost have many papers, many publications, and oration. He has many chapters on textbooks on diabetes, and he has received many awards. So over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Deshmane. I think the time allotted to me on this important molecule, you will be showing the slides, I'm sure, Dr. Deshmane.
No, sir. Slides
I have
are.
sent my. No, I have told Hardik.
I'm sharing, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So saraglitazar is one of the underrated molecule, unfortunately, all this time. And management of triglyceride is a major issue. And many times we feel that we are chasing wrong phantom. We are running after cholesterol. Well, cholesterol is not a risk factor for Indians. The Indian risk factor is insulin resistance and high triglyceride. Next slide, please. Next slide. Insulin resistance and the major complications. What are the insulin resistance leading to? Next slide. Type 2 diabetes, atherogenic dyslipidemia, and non-alcoholic fatty liver, NASH, which is a very big problem today. 45% of the population has this. Asian Indians have low insulin sensitivity compared to Caucasians. Next. Next. Next slide. Next. Yeah, now this is a very famous picture of Yagnik and Yudkin, both having the same BMI. Go back to the same slide. Both having the same BMI, but the fat content of Yagnik is more than Yudkin, and that's a typical Indian phenotype, a thin fat Indian. A prevalence of insulin resistance seen in children. Obese children are increasing. In India, between 14 and 19, we have a very large number of obese population. Next slide. Next slide. So insulin resistance is associated with elevated triglyceride. In Indian typical atherogenic lipid profile, what we have more synthesis of cholesterol and the triglycerides. We have more low density lipoprotein. We have low HDL cholesterol, overproduction of VLDL cholesterol, defect in triglyceride hydrolysis, defect in hepatic trigyl remnant uptake. And therefore, we have insulin resistance, which is coupled with a decreased free fatty acid tapping, increased free fatty acid in plasma, increased triglyceride, and increased very low density lipoprotein, everything amounting to early atherosclerosis. So this is a typical Indian lipid profile. Next slide. Next slide. So now ICMR INDAB study have shown clearly that we have low HDL. Most common dyslipidemia is low HDL followed by high triglyceride. Next slide. So Indians particularly, we have extremely vulnerable with a high triglyceride, high low density lipoprotein and low HDL. The protective HDL is low. So typical atherosclerosis of an Indian. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. Elevated triglyceride, elevated triglyceride is a major risk factor of cardiovascular disease. It is the native triglyceride. And if the patient has to be female, the elevated triglyceride has a risk factor 4 times than that of man. The triglyceride elevation in female is more dangerous, and that is why we are extremely careful in controlling triglyceride in a female type 2 diabetic. Next slide. BARI 2D study shows that the mean follow-up of 5.5 years. Next slide. What does it show? It's very important. Higher triglyceride is associated with higher CV risk in diabetics. If you are a diabetic, you have a risk of CV. If you are a diabetes with high triglyceride, risk becomes double or sometimes 4 times. And if you are low HDL, it still enhances. So a diabetes with a high triglyceride and low HDL is a prescription for trouble. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide. I think we'll go back. We'll skip these slides. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. Does reduction of triglyceride reduce CV mortality? Now, this is a question. The present molecule that we are discussing, because it is unique. Saroglitazole is a unique. Saro means good. It's a saroglitazole. Saroche. Why does it help? Does reduction of triglyceride reduce CV mortality? Yes. Next slide. Next slide, please. CV outcome data of TG lowering drugs. Studies in field, accord, and reduce it. In subgroup analysis, fenofibrate therapy effectively reduced CVD study with triglycerides more than 204 and HDL less than 34, and definitely improvement in CV deaths. Next slide, please. And MI and stroke. Next slide. Next slide. Saroglitazole, the first NSC of India. Next slide. What is the progress? 2013 DCGG approved treatment of diabetes dyslipidemia, and in 2020 it is approved for NASH. This is the progress in not only type 2 diabetes, but NASH is seen in many non-diabetics. So this is a drug which has been found effective in taking out all the rubbish from the liver, put it back into circulation, and we had a big problem of fatty liver even in healthy population. In Bombay, they did a survey. They found that 48% of Bombay's type 2, not type 2, people above the age of 45 had NASH. So it's such a prevalent condition. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. Now this saroglitazole is a unique drug. Next slide. It has a fantastic action. Next slide. If you see the action of saroglitazole, next slide. It is effective both on PPAR gamma as well as PPAR alpha. PPAR alpha is a major action. Next slide. It is not a thiazolidinedione. It is not a thiazolidinedione having only PPAR gamma action. It has a PPAR alpha action. And how does it benefit us? Next slide. Now see this carefully. Mechanism of action. PPAR alpha action reduces triglyceride and non-HDL, increase fatty uptake, increase fatty acid oxidation, increase ApoA1 and HDL, reduction of VLDL and triglycerides, reduction of ApoC3, and it has an anti-inflammatory action. This is a primary effect of saroglitazole. And PPAR gamma action improves insulin sensitivity, increasing beta function, increasing fatty acid uptake, increasing adiponectin secretion, and it is also anti-inflammatory agent. So this is one drug. You have two major areas covered: PPAR alpha, which is a major action, and a very little PPAR gamma. Therefore, there is a synergism in one molecule. Next slide. Next slide. It improves insulin sensitivity. Next slide. Next slide. We'll skip these slides. Let's skip this slide. It just emphasizes on that point. It improves glucose metabolism and insulin sensitivity index. Next slide. So it has an action on insulin sensitivity. It reduces elevated triglyceride, HbA1c, and ALT. Integrated review analysis, which has come up in Cardiovascular Disease Journal, extensively studied by Kaul et al. Next slide. Upendra Kaul is an authority on this subject. Next slide. Next slide. So, integrated review analysis of 18 clinical studies amounting to almost 6,000 patients, reduction of triglyceride, non-HDL, standard LDL, HbA1c, and ALT. So it acts at 5 different areas. 5 different areas, particularly the portion of the liver. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. Now, insulin resistance, if you see, the triglyceride accumulation is a cause of one finger, two finger, papa liver. And this is because insulin resistance, there is a glucose insulin disparity and leads to fatty liver. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. I think we'll skip these 4 slides because they are just evidence and we already have made a statement. Next slide. Next. Evidence reduction. Next slide. What is the conclusion? Saroglitazole leads to significant improvement in transaminases and liver function with NASH. The world's first NASH drug approved, a big feather in Zydus Cadilla's saroglitazole, and it's a landmark year for saroglitazole because approved in 2 landmark indications from DCGI. One is a type 2 diabetes and other is a NASH, which is also equally problematic patient. And we see a lot of NASH, and actually they complicate the insulin resistance. So this is one drug. I've shown you the mechanism of action of saroglitazole. It has a unique action at acting at a PPAR gamma as well as alpha, and remnant, most important, hyperremanentemia, which is a major problem in Indians. The remnant particles are also cleared very easily, and people after putting on lipoglicine for 6 to 8 weeks bring down their atherogenic lipid profile favorably. People treated for more than 2 years have shrunk their liver from 3-finger palpable to 0. This is a clinical relevant studies that we have done in our own clinic, and that is the benefit. It's a well-tolerated drug. There's no problem, and it's a very good accompaniment to other anti-diabetic agents, and I recommend it very strongly. Next slide, please. Next slide. So summary, Indian insulin resistance is pathological hallmark of type 2 diabetes. The major severe risk factors like ADD and liver disease like NASH, high triglyceride, low HDL are a common observed patterns. High triglyceride is responsible for increased risk of residual CVD. You should also know that standalone triglyceride, hypertriglyceridemia, which runs in families. There are atherogenic lipid profile, but some people have triglycerides of 1200, 1500. It runs in family, and they are prone to develop pancreatitis. Remember, elevated triglyceride can also cause pancreatitis. And this drug, in fact, I use double dose in such patients, and we have brought down their lipids, particularly the standalone triglycerides come down into almost less than 140, 150. Next slide.